Four people are lucky to be alive after two were abducted from a taxi, and then that taxi that was taken from the taxi driver used to carry out a brazen early morning robbery. Hi again and welcome. This is Links 7 TV Let's Talk, and we're about to discuss this on the program. If it's the first time you're watching, please remember just to do the golden rule and subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell and click on all so you're always updated with the latest report. We'll be right back after the break with the details to come. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the program. This is Links 7 TV. Let's talk. Thanks for joining us back for the wonderful program that we have here. And please remember just to subscribe to the channel if it's the first time you're watching. I said this over and over again, and I'm going to say it again. When you go out and you return home safely, you have to be extremely grateful for that, because based on what is going on in our world right now and our society, you can't predict what's going to happen, and some of the times you can just caught in certain unforeseen circumstance, and then you have to in turn act very swiftly just in order to save your life. Crime and violence is a major problem in our country, and we have seen it spiraling out of control, where a number of people have lost their life in robberies and also other cases of even domestic disputes that gone sour. But with that said, we really need to start thinking about ways and means of protecting ourselves, even though at times you can't be too careful, because some of the time you might just be caught in certain situations that you would not have even expected to have happened. Now I'm going to update you with a situation that took place in Manchester, in which a Manchester woman was shot in a dramatic attack after the taxi operator and the passenger, they were all abducted and taken to a location where they were tied up and the vehicle taken from them in order to carry out a brazen early morning robbery. Now, an individual is said to have been hurt in the incident. However, the taxi driver and the female escaped without getting any injuries. And I can tell you that this situation could have been far worse based on how it all started to where it ended up. So I'm going to update you with this report now right here on the program for you to have a more detailed understanding of what really transpired in Manchester. So a Manchester woman is now hospitalized with gunshot wounds following a dramatic series of crimes that began with the abduction of a taxi operator and his passenger in the parish capital on Friday night. The police report that sometime before 8 o'clock, three men approached a taxi operator in Mandeville and asked him to take them to Mayday. The three men then boarded the white taxi and the vehicle drove off. During the journey, it is reported that the three men reportedly pulled guns and directed the taxi operator to head towards Christiana, Manchester. The police say that the three men stopped in the community of Shudley, took the driver out the motor car and his passenger, and tied them up in nearby bushes. One of the gunmen kept watch on the cabbie and his passenger, while the other two drove off with the taximan's vehicle. This is where now the story is about to take a dramatic twist after the two individuals that left with the taxi tried to intercept a truck that was on its way to the market. So about 5 a.m. in the morning, and that would have been Saturday morning, a butcher and a woman were traveling in his truck towards Christiana to buy cows when he noticed a white car traveling behind him along the Penhill Main Road in Manchester. It is reported that on reaching Wollaston, the car overtook the truck and tried to pull it over by signaling it to stop. However, the truck driver did not comply and tried to drive off. That's when the white car gave chase and its occupants opened fire at the truck, puncturing one of its tires. The men subsequently overtook the truck and fired more shots in its direction, hitting a woman on her breast and her arm before speeding away. The butcher, who was the driver of the truck, then drove to a nearby gas station and abandoned the vehicle before he and the injured woman ran into nearby bushes in order to save their life. It is reported that the gunman soon returned to the scene and stole the woman's handbag, which she had left behind inside the truck when she and the truck driver made their hasty retreat. The gunman then went back to the location where they would have tied up the taxi driver and the woman that were passengers inside that vehicle and then released them and returned in the motor car. The taxi driver and the passenger immediately drove to the Williamsfield police station in Manchester and reported the matter to the police. So this was what happened in Manchester, in which a taxi operator and his passenger, they were all abducted and tied up in bushes, and the motor car taken from them in order to carry out a brazen 5 a.m. robbery of a butcher that was on his way to the market to buy cows. But with that said, when we look on this situation could have gone far worse. A number of people could have been hurt in the incident, especially the taxi operator and the passenger. However, they were spared and they were not harmed during the entire incident that took place. And it's very good to see that these individuals actually released them and returned the vehicle. So it seemed as if they only wanted the vehicle just to carry out the robbery attempt that was made on the butcher. Even though it was not 100% successful, they were able to gain entry to the truck after the driver of the truck fled the scene and the female left behind a handbag. We're not sure whether or not that handbag contained any cash. However, it is stated that the woman was taken to hospital where she is admitted with a gunshot wounds to her breast and her arm. But it just goes to show you the world that we're living in and how you have to just take the necessary precautions in order to protect yourself. But in this situation, you can see that this was a planned and targeted attack on this individual. It seems as if these individuals, they know the butcher and they know his time that he would have been out on this stretch of roadway. So they try to intercept the truck and he seemed as if he thinks something was wrong and he tried to protect himself in the best possible way by not stopping when he was requested to stop. It was at this time now that the individuals that were traveling in the taxi realized that he was not going to stop and started firing shots in the direction of the truck. In this instance, the truck tire got punctured and he had to abandon the truck at a nearby gas station and then made his hasty retreat into bushes just in order to protect himself. Maybe if he had not run away, he would not even have survived to tell the tales of what happened. But this just goes to show you that this is a dramatic twist because it's two crime actually taking place in one, with the abduction of the taxi operator and then the subsequent attempted robbery of the butcher while he was on his way to the market. But it's lucky that they actually survive, all four of them, and they can now tell the tales and recount their experience that they would have had in this predicament after they would not have even thought about this transpiring to them when they venture out on Friday leading into Saturday morning. But it's lucky that they actually survive, and we just have to just continue to just hope that these individuals would not return based on the fact that they would have known these people that they would have abducted in the first instance, and they would have actually know this truck driver that they attempted to rob in this incident. But we'll continue to just track this story as the police are carrying out an intensive investigation to ascertain those responsible for it. even though I believe that they're not going to actually make any headways in this incident. But we just wait and see what really transpired here in this situation. But it's good to report that no lives were lost, and actually there's a female that was hurt in the whole entire incident that unfolded, because when we look on this situation, it could have gone far worse. Those individuals, which include the taxi driver and the female that were both tied up in the bushes, their lives could have been lost, including the truck driver as well and the female occupants that was with him at the time the shots were fired in his direction. But we'll continue to track this story anyway and provide you with any more information to come on this. This has been Links 007 TV. Let's talk. Peace out and try your very best to protect yourself in the best possible way. Thanks for watching, and thanks for becoming a part of the Links TV family. If you have not subscribed yet, please remember to subscribe to the channel. This is a place where we discuss matters of national importance and also international matters around the world. Thanks for watching. Peace out and bless.